let's take a look at our page so far. And just by judging from the navigation bar, we have currently, out of these 4 links which we display here, we have done half of them. So about works now, we just created that page, and contact works as well. However, there are still 2 links which do not work, get guide and home. And actually, instead of displaying a home link here, I want to have a link linking to a blog in which we display the most recent blog posts. And let's go about designing that page and afterwards creating the get guide page. In order to create the blog post page, let's go back to the designer and add a new page. To add a new page, I'm going to go onto pages, create new page, and this page is supposed to be called blog. Create. And then let's add the navigation bar again. And all I have to do is drag and drop it into the page. And let's fix this navigation bar first and change this text from home to blog. And also make sure that this is linking from to the blog page. In order to do so, I go to the navlink settings, change the type to page, and select blog, the page we just created. There we go. It's linking correctly. We can see that because this underline is working. Now let's again add a hero section with an image, and then afterwards we create another section in which we display the most recent blog posts. To add the hero section, I'm gonna give this new section a class. Let's call it blog hero section, and I'm gonna make it, let's say, 700 pixels high and give it a width of 100%, and then give it a background image. For this, I'm going to choose this one, set it to cover, and maybe 700 pixels is a bit too much. Can reduce it to 400 pixels. And change the settings so that the image is displayed in the middle. Perfect. Let's add some text here and then add another section with the preview of the blogs. All right, let's add a heading onto this hero image. I'm gonna use an H1, give it our normal heading styling, and then make sure to push everything down. We can try to use our flex stylings to make sure that this is here in the center, and then change the text. There we go. Now let's add another section with some preview to our blog posts and a link to every blog post. The next thing to do is again add a new section. So let's do that. In order to add the section, I'm just gonna drag and drop it onto the body, and into that section I'm gonna drag and drop a new container. And then I'm gonna give the section a class name. And create some space in it. Let's give it a margin of, let's say, 100. Okay, into the container, I'm gonna drop a heading. Make sure it's H2. And I'm gonna give this a class of block and make sure this is set to center. And now let's create a new collection list, which allows us to link to every blog post we have. In order to do so, all I have to drag and drop that collection list and drop it into the container and make sure we link it to the blog posts. And now let's style this. In order to create some styling, I am going to drop two div elements into the collection list. Here, collection list, collection item, and in there I'm going to drop two div blocks on the same level. The first div block I'm going to call block this is already used, block preview image, and I'm gonna set its width to say 33.3%, and the other div block I'm gonna call block preview text, and set this to 66.6%, and then let's make sure that we actually display an image here. So in order to do that, I'm going to go again, select block preview image and go to settings. And in the settings, I am going to choose get background image from blog post, select hero image. And now we have to give this a height of, let's say, 200 pixels, and make sure that the background image is set to cover, and this already displays all our images. Now I just noticed there's one crucial thing I forgot. You want to make sure that once the user clicks on this blog post that they get redirected to the blog post itself. So we need to wrap everything inside a link block. Let's just fix this. And in order to fix it, I am going to drop this link block in here and make sure to drop the two div blocks we just added to this link block, and then go to the link block settings and make sure it is linking to the current block. And then we need to set its width to 100%, and that should fix everything. There we go. We can change this as well. Block preview link block. There we go. And let's just add some styling, some more spacing here. There we go. And we can create some margin here as well to have some space between them. Now let's add some text. I'm going to drag and drop a heading, which I'm going to drop into this page and make sure that it's going to be nested inside block preview text. Make sure the heading is H3. And then I'm going to afterwards drag and drop my paragraph element and make sure to get the text as the summary text And again, we need to make sure that the heading is actually matching the blog post title. There we go. Now we just need to style this and make sure that everything works.